And this is going to be from B to C. And I'm going to do the third one. What's going on here? Let's copy this. P6. To D.7 and get the third one. Okay. That's it, done. So this, in this case, for example, and it just turned out that way, the regular payback period is 2.9 years. If the cutoff is 3, it's acceptable. Discounted payback is 3.29. If the cutoff is 3, unacceptable. Again, your book doesn't talk about discounted payback. I'm including that so that you would know about it. The rest of the stuff you can read from the book, especially look at the definitions quite a bit, all right? Let's do some problems and I'll send you guys home. And I will post the chapter 8 stuff after class. Chapter quizzes. Oops, go back. New window, available, unlimited, highest grade. This is gonna be until next Friday, which is November 10. This is embedded. Okay, chapter 8. Let's begin. Next question. Let me make it a bit bigger. The modified internal rate of return is specially designed to address the problems with what? We just talked about it. You can answer this in multiple ways. The best way would be non-conventional cash flows. Or you could say multiple IRR solutions, non-unique IRR, what have you. The profitability index reflects the value created per dollar of what? Divided with what? Remember, it's 1 plus NPV over divided with what? Cost of project per dollar invested. The modified return mutually exclusive projects false. It has nothing to do with that. Net present value is equal to present value of investments benefits. True or false? first thing you should ask me, what the hell is an investment benefit? Okay? So there's no such thing. But, investments, present value of investments, cash flows minus cost. Discounting approach to the modified internal rate of return discounts all negative cash flows to the present and compounds all positive cash flows to the end of the project. This is one of the methods that is used in the book. I think this is false. Discounting actually zeroes out the rest. But you can check it in the book. Possibility that more than one discount rate can cause the net present value of a project equal to zero is referred to as the NPV profile. No, false. It's referred to as multiple IRR problem. NPV profile, which is something you can read in the book. For mutually exclusive projects, it calculates NPVs for each discount rates. There is another thing that we're not using in the class. I'm not discussing in the class. It's called average accounting return. You can look that up. The payback period is the period of time it takes an investment to generate sufficient cash flows to produce a yield equal to or greater than the market rate on similar investments. What do you think? No, false. Because it has nothing to do with a yield or anything. It just says, how long does it take for me to get my investment back? On a straight cash basis, without worrying about PV or anything. If by accepting one investment you eliminate the option to another investment, you are dealing with investment with multiple IRRs. Is that true or false? No. This is case of mutually exclusive investments. Multiple IRR simply means there are multiple solutions to the equation that defines IRR. That's all there is to it. Obviously, if you have two projects, each have their own IRR, but that's not the problem of multiple IRR. NPV rule states that you should accept an investment if the NPV is what?
It's greater than one, positive.
Positive, that's PI.
Oh.
If NPV is positive, you should accept, otherwise you should not. Which one of the following is specific to design to compute the rate of return on a project that has unconventional cash flows? Exactly. If the managers of COA only invest in projects that have profitability index greater than 1, then which one of these is true? Increase in value. Remember, if profitability index is greater than 1, that necessarily implies NPV is positive. If NPV is positive, there is value added to the firm. So if the firm only accepts positive NPV projects, its value should increase. For a project with conventional cash flows, profitability index less than 1 indicates what? Well, whether or not project pays itself back has nothing to do, or may have nothing to do with whether PI is greater or less than 1. if discounted payback, if you're talking about discounted payback, that's true. If PI is less than 1, that means NPV is less than 0. That means on a discounted basis, project never pays itself back. Oh, by the way, when you're answering a payback question, if you never get it back, you should write it as never. If project is a 5-year life, don't write it 6.5, because project ends at the end of 5. If you don't get it in 5 years, you're not getting it. In terms of the internal rate of return is less than the project's required discount rate. That is true. Because if PI is less than 1, that means NPV is less than 0. That means IRR is less than, discount rate. For conventional cash flows, for projects with conventional cash flows, those 3 statements are equivalent. If IRR is less than the discount rate, that project necessarily has a negative NPV. And that also has necessarily PI less than 1. That's why this is a crucial subtext. If that wasn't there, PI less than 1 does not necessarily mean IRR is less than the discount rate. That depends, because of the multiple solution issues. This is average accounting return. It's basically the definition of average net income divided by average book value. You could read that in the book. It's such a simple and unnecessarily useless concept. I'm not spending time on it in the class. All right, let's calculate some stuff. We're considering a project with inflows of $44,400 for 5 years. What is the internal rate of return if the initial cost of the project is $135? Well, let's enter it. Cost of project $135. I don't worry about discount rate. Life of the project is 5 years. I'm going to leave those as such. And cash flows are the same for all of the years. Just read off the IRR. Okay? Done. That's why we do these templates. I'm sure if other finance professors sees these, they say, oh, you're making it too easy. The purpose of teaching is not to make it easy or difficult. It's for you to actually understand what these things are useful for. In this day and age of computing, I don't give a damn whether you can do it if a computer is not available. If a computer is not available, go outside, have a drink, go on a date. All right? What are you doing if a computer is not available? This is not 1950s anymore. If a computer is available, use it. We'll be done in about 10-15 minutes, guys. Trust me, I want to go home and get warm too. What is the NPV of a project with the following cash flows if the discount rate is 10%? Okay, this costs $32. It's a 4-year project.